The Oracle Network.
We're all in this together. We're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Happy holidays and welcome to Brew Crime, the podcast where we drink brews, talk crime, conspiracies, or whatever catches our attention. This is Mike and my co-host.
And I'm JT.
All right. Woohoo!
It literally exploded all over.
I can see it on your beard. That's awesome.
I mean, every single time. It doesn't matter if I've shaken it or not, but I'm pouring now into my glass and I'm ready for happy holidays.
That's shaken, not stirred.
It wasn't even shaken.
Oh my God.
It's happened in every can. I have no idea what's wrong with this beer.
I think, you must be playing Beer Hunter. Have you ever seen Bob and Doug McKenzie?
No, but I need to.
Okay,
apparently.
There's actually a great record that came out in the 70s probably. It was a sketch show on one of those sketch comedy shows back in the old days. And they did a vinyl, and they did this. It was all like comedy and music, and they did a sketch where you played. I think it was called Beer Hunter. I could be wrong. And one can was shaken up, and you mixed all the cans up, and then you had to open it up near your face. And if it splashed in your face, you lose and you drink. And if it doesn't, you drink. And of course, the first one was fine. The other guy opens it, splashes them all over his face. So then he opens another beer, does it again. They shook two.
I was going to say I'd win all 6 times in this case because this 6-pack, whoa.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's not entirely why we're here.
No, it's not. But, instead of beer this time, we're going to talk about the whiskey war.
Oh, I do like me some whiskey for fear of blasphemy from Brew Crime.
No, I love gin and rum and lots of good alcohols out there. I even had a cider I liked yesterday. It was weird. Because I hate cider. So,
hot takes from Mike. I hate cider.
Canada is known as a peacekeeping country, but did you know they are currently at war with Denmark, and it's a cold war at that. Greenland is a territory of the Kingdom of Denmark and lies only a short distance from Ellesmere Island in northern Canada. To be exact, the strait between Greenland and Ellesmere Island is 22 kilometers. So it's really close.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't actually convert that to miles. What is that in miles?
It's a little longer.
That's 13.6 miles.
Oh, it's lesser.
Yeah. So now international law states that anything within 12 kilometers of your shore, your country can claim because that's, international waters. You can choose that piece, right?
Right.
This puts the two nations in a standoff as Hand Island is inside both countries' waters.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So agitation started way back in the 1800s with Greenland becoming a Danish territory in 1815 and Canada taking possession of Arctic islands in 1880, where Canada became a country in 1867, right? It's only a short time before. So you can see problems brewing, right?
Brewing.
Yeah,
appropriate.
Yeah. In the early 1900s, the two countries would start to squabble over this speck of rock. Now, let's just point out that Hans Island in itself is worthless. It's just a hunk of rock in the middle of the ocean. But what it represents is much more.
Pride, my friend.
With the northern ice cap warming way faster than the rest of the world, northern shipping will become far easier as the ice cap is melting faster and faster every year. And this island sits in the middle of what is becoming a shipping lane.
Can I just say, I just want to jump in and say how positive of them. It's so optimistic to be like, shipping will be easier, but living, we're all going to die. So, you can move things from A to B, but it better be humans, because if not, we're all drowning.
Fuck yeah. This island was a traditional hunting territory for the Inuit people and indigenous groups who reside in both northern Canada, in all three territories, as well as Greenland, because, of course, they were nomadic peoples, right? Especially on the ice that used to, it still does parts of the year, but would cover that entire area and connect it all, right?
Can I tell you the biggest mindfuck that I ever had was in high school learning that Greenland was covered in ice and Iceland was covered in green.
Yes, for sure.
What happened? It was just somebody who had jokes.
Someone had a good sense of humor.
Somebody wanted to fuck over 10th grade geography students. That's what they wanted to do.
Yes. Now, in 1933, the League of Nations would declare the island Danish territory by their Permanent Court of International Justice. There was a little problem here, as the League of Nations folded after World War II, and their decisions were basically forgotten. The United Nations that was formed out of the League of Nations ashes didn't give a shit about Hans Island.
This is so ridiculous.
Now, Hans Island was more or less forgotten about around World War II, as the world had more important issues to deal with, right? You know, the Nazis, you know.
Small island and shipping, Nazis. Small island and shipping, Nazis.
Yeah. And it wasn't even shipping probably really at World War II levels yet, because that was too early. It was still fucking frozen wasteland.
This is ridiculous.
In 1972, both Canada and Denmark would begin work to define the maritime borders in the Narren Straits, but no agreement could be made on this island.
It's literally two countries with Sharpies in a map.
Yes, it is. You're not wrong at all. Now, they did decide on the maritime border of the entire area, excluding the area of Hans Island. They would list 127 points on the map to mark the border, but the points between 123 and 122 would not be connected because Hans Island, the disputed territory, was right there.
This this is ridiculous. I love it so much.
Moved to 1984, Canada would get aggressive.
Now, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. They'd poison their poutine. What is the deal?
They would send their navy and occupy the island, putting up a Canadian flag and leaving a bottle of Canadian Club whiskey with a note welcoming unexpected visitors to Canada. Yep.
Times were simpler.
Disgusted with this aggression, Danish officials would have a military ship head to the island to dismantle the Canadian flag and fly their own. They would also leave a bottle of schnapps with a sign that said, "Welcome to the Danish island."
This is an argument only the Canadians could have. Like this, there's the U.S. would just be like, "We gonna bomb you." I don't know what to tell you. Like, but the Canadians are like, "This is our island, but if you visit, here's some whiskey."
This would go back and forth for decades, with naval ships stopping in from both nations, swapping flags and leaving bottles of booze. The horror.
It's like the best battle ever, because by the time you're done with the bottle, you forgot why you were fighting in the first place.
Exactly. August 2005 would see Canada finally reach out to Denmark, because we are the better nation, and try to settle the dispute for once.
No bias there. None at all. Instead of a bottle, we brought a cask.
Yeah. The flag war needed to end finally.
But did it?
Now, of course, bickering would continue for years, and both countries would okay permits for geologists to review Hans Island. You know, more aggression.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah. 2008 would see Canada, Denmark, Australia, and the UK install a weather station on Hans Island for the use of scientists. So, you know, getting together a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're playing.
I mean, we've seen lots of disputed places have, you know, some work together sometimes, right?
Right. When in doubt, go to science.
2012 would see a possibility arise with the proposal to split the island into where the treaty line ran through in 1972.
I just imagine a bunch of well-placed dynamite just popping it in half. And I'm like, this is how Pangea broke up.
Yeah,
This is what
exactly. things would continue on this silly path until 2018 when both countries would agree to sit down and work out the contested borders with a joint task force.
And then COVID.
September 12th, 2019 would see a truce of sorts between the countries as both countries would decide to enact a temporary closure of Hans Island for any type of mineral exploration.
Wait, they couldn't figure it out. So they were like, we're just closing this island that nobody owns. It's over. No, nobody can show up. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. Yeah. It's closed.
Now, unfortunately, this Cold War, or as it has been dubbed by some, Chili War, still has no conclusion as the aggressors, Denmark, have not backed down.
Now, hold on. Who put the whiskey out first?
They're fucking aggressors.
I mean, if you ever seen their Olympic uniforms, it's a bright orange from Denmark. It's pretty aggressive.
Now, I am personally asking for people to enlist in the war of northern aggression for Hans Island. Who do we have joining us?
I'm in. I'm in. I call the U.S. is in.
I had to use that. The war for northern aggression.
The war for northern aggression. It's got to be better than what's going on right now. So I'm in.
Yeah, totally.
If there's alcohol involved, it's like a T-shirt. If there's a free T-shirt, sign me up.
Yeah.
If there's a bottle of whiskey, sign me up.
Schnapps even. I don't know what schnapps tastes like, but I'm in.
It's like peppermint.
Okay, that could be fun. Yeah, that could be fun.
It could be okay. It could be all right. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm on an island. Nobody else knows. And there's a bunch of aggression.
It's literally a fucking rock. There's not a plant. There's not a tree. There is often like seals and stuff, but that's about it, right? It's a fucking rock in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's so ridiculous.
You send me there. You leave me for about 5 hours. You're going to find me singing with the seals, just rocking back and forth. Just, or.
You might even get the odd polar bear, right? Following the seals.
Are there puffins up there? I love me some puffins.
So, but I don't think puffins are north, like that north.
Well, that's okay. I also like penguins, but that's not
way
even
south.
Close. Yeah. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, no doubt.
And neither is Canada or Norway. That is the best story, my friend.
Denmark.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you like our show, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. If it's Apple, perfect, because they seem to really fucking push their reviews and it pushes out to more people. If not, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/brewcrime. Money goes towards upgrading the show, and you get one episode extra a month, and you get all the episodes ad-free. And if you want to find our sources, go to brewcrime.com.
And check out our store via brewcrime.com.
Yes, you can go to brewcrime.com.
Leave us a little present.
Store, or you can go to TeePublic and search Brewcrime Podcast.
Boom.
Cheers. All cases in Brewcrime are written by Mike and JT or a writer we credit on the episode, and sources are put into our show notes for each episode. We always want to give credit to the people that research the cases we talk about. Check out our store at tpublic.com/stores/brew-crime-podcast, where you can purchase gear like t-shirts, phone cases, stickers, pillows, and all kinds of other cool stuff. Brewcrime's intro was created by Mike using Creative Commons Attribution licensed audio from purple-planet.com, soundbible.com, and freesoundeffects.com. Logo designed by Ben Greenberg. Thanks for listening to this episode of Brewcrime Podcast.